Every single day, you are leaving thousands of dollars on the table because you think you need a massive following before you can start cashing in like the giants of the creator economy. The biggest lie in American business right now is that you have to spend years grinding out content for a ghost town audience before you see a dime of ROI. Look at Jimmy Donaldson, the man we all know as Mr. Beast. Most people see the stunts and the millions of subscribers and assume the money followed the fame, but that is fundamentally backwards. Jimmy didn't build a brand because he had an audience. He built an audience because he understood the underlying financial architecture of a brand. He treated his channel like a high-growth tech startup, reinvesting every cent of his early $50 brand deals back into the production value of the next project. This is the exact mindset you need to adopt today, even if your subscriber count is currently sitting at 0. You have to stop viewing yourself as a content creator and start viewing yourself as a chief executive officer of a media asset. On Money Facts USA, we talk about the mechanics of wealth, and today we are breaking down the Beast-style monetization bridge that works for the average American entrepreneur. The secret sauce isn't the viral video, it's the physical and digital infrastructure you build behind the scenes. Think about Feastables or MrBeast Burger. These aren't just merch shops, they are sophisticated supply chain operations. You can mirror this by identifying a massive void in a specific US market, whether that's specialized tax software for freelancers or a high-end physical product in the fitness niche, and building the brand identity first. By the time you launch your first piece of content, the product should already be the star of the show. You aren't selling a personality, you are selling a solution. This allows you to leverage paid media and targeted Facebook or YouTube ads to drive conversions immediately, bypassing the need for organic viral luck entirely. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the American tax and legal advantages of this model. When you build a brand-first entity, you are creating a transferable asset. If you are just a personality, your business dies if you stop filming. But if you build a brand like MrBeast, you are creating an LLC or a C Corp that has its own valuation. Here at Money Facts USA, we see too many people building personal brands that are actually just high-stress jobs. Instead, you should be focused on the multiplier effect. This is where you create a product, like a specialized financial planning tool or a unique consumer good, and use content as a low-cost customer acquisition vehicle. In the eyes of the IRS and potential investors, a brand that sells products is infinitely more valuable than a person who gets views. You can write off your production expenses, your equipment, and even your travel as legitimate business costs while building equity in an entity that you could eventually sell for a 7-figure exit. I want you to think about the story of a small-scale entrepreneur in Ohio who decided to launch a premium gardening tool brand. He didn't have a single follower. Instead of begging people to watch him talk about dirt, he filmed high-production, high-utility demonstrations of the tool solving a specific problem. He ran those as shoppable ads. Within 6 months, he had $1 million run rate without ever being a famous YouTuber. This is how you monetize like a pro. You use the beast logic of high stakes, high quality presentation to command attention, but you direct that attention toward a high margin product you own. You are skipping the middleman of AdSense and going straight to the bank. The final pillar of this strategy is the iteration rule. Jimmy Donaldson didn't start with $100 million sets. He started with a cheap camera and a relentless obsession with the click. You need to apply that same obsession to your conversion rate. If you launch a brand and it doesn't sell, don't blame the algorithm. Look at your value proposition. Is your product actually solving a problem for the American consumer? Are you using the loss leader strategy where you give away so much value for free that it becomes a moral obligation for your customer to buy from you? This is exactly why Money Facts USA exists. To give you the raw, unfiltered truth about how money actually moves in this country. You don't need 1 million fans to make $1 million. You need one great product and the courage to market it with the intensity of a man who has nothing to lose. Stop waiting for permission to be successful and start building the empire today.